extraordinary movie. How did it come across your table, and what was it about the way the story was told that kind of intrigued you as a director?
Well, I was a bit wary of biopics normally because I think how do you get a structure on them, but I really like that this was sort of about a very defined period in her life, two periods of her life, so that felt like a single story rather than lots of little stories.
And I mean, Renee in the role, I've been saying to everybody tonight, it doesn't feel like you're watching Renée Zellweger, it feels like you're watching Judy Garland. I mean, what was it like on set with that? Was it difficult to kind of detach yourself from not directing Judy Garland in some way?
No, but I mean, to be honest, by the time it finished and I saw Renee again in America with blonde hair, I was like, who's that? Because she sort of was Judy. I guess, she was always very funny, and both Renee and Judy, so sometimes I couldn't tell who was cracking the jokes.
Was there anything in terms of Judy and her history that kind of surprised you, given what she had to go through in this period of her life?
I think maybe the degree of institutionalised medication she was given by the studio. The sort of eccentricity of her behaviour in London. The fact she was still sort of a bit of a wild child at heart. I didn't know a huge amount about Judy Garland before I started, to be honest, so it was all an education.
And in terms of audiences, I mean, there's so many movies out these days, big movies, small movies. I mean, what are you hoping audiences, when they go and see this one, that they kind of take away from it?
I hope they're moved about like how, if it's not too sentimental, about how, however low you are in life, you can still find love and hope. I think Garland's legacy is about kind of hope in the face of odds against you, and ultimately maybe those odds caught up with her, but there are these shards of wonderful things that happened to her in the last part of her life that I hope the film captures. I think it's what I like about the idea of the movie is it can speak to obviously an older generation who may remember Garland better. Obviously, it speaks to the gay audience in a specific way, and she means a lot there. But I also, when we've tested it, I think it really spoke to sort of younger female audiences as well. And I it's still relatively rare to have a movie carried by a woman over 40, and it's her story. And what I love about Renee's authorship of that role is it feels sort of driven by her.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey